Hello and welcome to UK Immigration Pulse. We're cutting straight to the chase with the crucial visa and immigration updates for the United Kingdom as of August 2025. The last several months have seen some of the most significant shifts in UK immigration policy in years, stemming from a government white paper published in May. Many of these changes are now in full effect, so if you are considering a move to the UK, or are already here on a visa, this information is vital. Let's get right into it. First, the skilled worker route. This has been the primary pathway for professionals moving to the UK, and it has undergone a radical transformation. The biggest change, which took effect on the 22nd of July, 2025, is the increase in the skills threshold. Previously, a job needed to be at a skill level equivalent to A levels, which is known as RQF Level 3. That has now been raised significantly to RQF Level 6, which is equivalent to a bachelor's degree level. This change has removed a large number of occupations from being eligible for sponsorship under this route, impacting sectors like hospitality, transport, and some administrative roles. Alongside the skill level, the salary requirement has also been pushed up. The general minimum salary threshold for the skilled worker visa has increased to £41,700 per year. This is a substantial jump and means employers must be prepared to offer a much higher salary to sponsor an overseas worker. So, what if your job is no longer on the main list? The government has introduced a temporary solution, a new immigration salary list and a temporary shortage list. These lists allow for the sponsorship of some roles below the degree level threshold until 2026. However, there's a major catch. Migrants coming to the UK on these temporary lists are not permitted to bring dependents, such as a spouse or children, with them. For those already in the UK on a skilled worker visa before these changes came into force, there are transitional arrangements in place. You can still extend your visa, change your employer, and apply for settlement, even if your job is below the new degree level requirement, provided you meet the other criteria. The health and care sector has seen perhaps the most dramatic change. Effective from the 22nd of July, 2025, the UK has completely closed the route for new overseas applicants wanting to work as care workers or senior care workers. This is a direct response to government concerns about non-compliance and exploitation within the sector. The impact has been immediate and stark, with official statistics showing that applications for health and care worker visas have plummeted by an astounding 93% since last year. For care workers who are already in the United Kingdom, there is a window to switch to other visa routes, which remains open until July 2028. Additionally, since April of this year, care providers in England have been required to prove they have attempted to recruit from the UK's domestic workforce before they can even consider sponsoring a worker who is already in the country on a different visa. The minimum salary for the health and care visa route also saw an increase to £25,000. The international student landscape is also shifting. The government has confirmed plans to shorten the duration of the popular graduate visa. This visa currently allows international students to stay and work in the UK for 2 years after graduation, or 3 years for PhD holders. The new rules will reduce this to just 18 months. This gives graduates significantly less time to find a sponsored job if they wish to remain in the UK long-term. Universities are also under increased scrutiny, with tougher compliance rules being introduced for them to maintain their license to sponsor international students. Furthermore, there are plans for stricter English language requirements for both students and their dependents. There is a significant proposed change to the length of time it takes to settle in the UK. The government plans to increase the standard qualifying period for indefinite leave to remain, or ILR, from 5 years to 10 years. This will apply to most work routes, including the skilled worker visa. It means you would need to live and work in the UK for a decade before being eligible to apply for permanent residence. It is important to note, however, that these plans are not expected to affect those on a family visa, such as a spouse visa. Speaking of spouse visas, the minimum income requirement for sponsoring a partner was increased in April 2024 to £29,000. There were plans for this to rise again to £38,700 in early 2025, but as of August, that further increase is on hold. A few other key changes have been implemented. First, visa fees went up. On the 9th of April, 2025, the cost of most UK visa applications increased. For example, applying for indefinite leave to remain now costs £3,029, while applying for British citizenship costs £1,605. Second, the Electronic Travel Authorization, or ETA, scheme is now fully active. Since April 2025, most visitors who do not need a visa for short stays, including nationals of the European Union, must obtain an ETA before traveling to the UK. It is a digital pre-clearance that costs a small fee and is valid for 2 years. Finally, a new rule has been put in place to protect sponsored workers. Employers are now legally prohibited from passing on any costs related to sponsorship to their employees. This includes the sponsor license fee and the certificate of sponsorship fee. These must now be covered entirely by the employer. To summarize, the UK's immigration landscape in August 2025 is more restrictive, more expensive, and more focused on attracting individuals in very specific, high-skilled, high-earning professions. The door has been closed for many medium-skilled roles, particularly in the care sector, and the path to permanent settlement is set to become much longer for many. Thank you for watching UK Immigration Pulse. We'll keep you updated on any further developments. Subscribe for more essential updates.